There's a Japanese phrase that, once you truly understand it, will completely change how you live every single day. It's only 4 words, but these 4 words have the power to transform ordinary moments into sacred experiences, to cure procrastination, to eliminate regret, and to make you fully alive in a way most people never experience. The phrase is Ichigo Ichie, and it means one time, one meeting, or this moment will never come again. It comes from the Japanese tea ceremony, a ritual that's over 400 years old, but its meaning goes beyond tea. It's a philosophy about life itself, about presence, about the irreversible nature of time, and about the fatal mistake most people make every single day. Today, you're going to discover what Ichigo Ichie really means, how a 27-year-old woman named Sarah learned it the hardest way possible, and how you can apply it to your life starting right now, before it's too late. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The last conversation that never happened. Sarah was 27 years old when she got the phone call. It was a Tuesday morning, 9:47 a.m. She was at her desk, scrolling through emails she didn't care about, working on projects that didn't matter. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. "Is this Sarah Chen?" The voice was calm, professional, detached. "This is St. Mary's Hospital. I'm calling about your father." The next words came in slow motion. "Heart attack. Didn't make it. I'm so sorry for your loss." Sarah sat there, her phone still pressed to her ear, and the first thought that crashed through her mind wasn't grief. It was a single, devastating memory from 3 days earlier. Sunday dinner. Her father had called and asked if she wanted to come over. He said he wanted to talk about something important, but Sarah had plans. Well, not really plans. She was supposed to meet friends for drinks. Actually, she wasn't even sure if she wanted to go, but she'd told her dad, "I can't this week, maybe next Sunday." "Sure, sweetheart, next Sunday." That was the last thing he ever said to her. And now, sitting at her desk with her world crumbling around her, Sarah realized something that would haunt her for the rest of her life. There would never be a next Sunday. That moment was gone forever, and she treated it like it was worthless, like there would always be another chance. That night, unable to sleep, Sarah did what grief-stricken people do in the digital age. She searched for answers. She typed into Google how to deal with regret and philosophy about time. And that's when she found it. A blog post about a Japanese tea master from the 16th century named Sen no Rikyu, and a phrase that would change everything. Ichigo Ichie, the tea master's secret. Sen no Rikyu lived in feudal Japan during a time of constant war. Samurai warriors would come to his tea ceremonies knowing they might die in battle the next day. Some of them did, and Rikyu understood something profound. When you share tea with someone, that exact combination of people in that exact moment with that exact atmosphere will never exist again. The candle will never flicker in quite the same way. The water will never pour with that exact sound. The conversation will never flow in that precise rhythm. Even if you meet the same people tomorrow in the same room, it will be different. You will be different. They'll be different. The moment is unique and unrepeatable. So Rikyu taught his students to treat every tea ceremony as if it were the last time they would ever meet. Not in a sad way, in a sacred way. Every moment deserved their complete attention, their full presence, their deepest respect. He called this Ichigo Ichie. One time, one meeting. This will never happen again. But here's what Sarah discovered as she read deeper into the philosophy. Ichigo Ichie isn't just about tea ceremonies. It's about everything. Every conversation, every meal, every walk, every ordinary Tuesday morning that you think is just another day. Sarah read about how the samurai applied this principle to their entire lives. They understood that every sunrise might be their last. Every goodbye might be final. Every moment with loved ones might be the moment they remember on their deathbed. And they didn't waste those moments. They didn't scroll through their phones during dinner. They didn't postpone important conversations. They didn't treat the people they loved like they would always be there. because they knew the truth that most people spend their entire lives denying. Nothing lasts. No one stays. Every moment is dying as it's being born. Chapter 3. The 3 Levels of Ichigo Ichie. As Sarah dove deeper, she discovered that Ichigo Ichie operates on 3 distinct levels, each more profound than the last. Level 1. The awareness of impermanence. The first level is simply recognizing that this moment will not come again. It sounds obvious. Of course this moment won't come again. But how many people actually live like they believe that? Think about it. How many times have you been having dinner with family while checking your phone? How many conversations have you had where you were physically present but mentally somewhere else? How many times have you thought, "I'll appreciate this moment later," while the moment was slipping through your fingers? The Japanese have another concept related to this called mono no aware, which means the pathos of things, or the bittersweet awareness that everything is temporary. Cherry blossoms are beautiful because they only last for a few days. If they bloomed forever, we wouldn't treasure them. Your life is made of cherry blossoms. Every moment is blooming and falling in the same breath. Level 1 of Ichigo Ichie is waking up to that fact. But awareness isn't enough. The second level is actually bringing your complete attention to the present moment, not thinking about what happened yesterday, not planning what you'll do tomorrow, being here, now, fully. The tea masters had a practice. Before entering the tea room, they would perform a ritual washing of hands and mouth. But this wasn't about physical cleanliness. It was about washing away the outside world. Your work problems? Left at the door. Your future anxieties? Gone. Your past regrets? Released. When you entered that tea room, you entered completely. Every sense alive, every faculty engaged. The warmth of the cup in your hands, the bitter taste of the tea, the sound of the water, the presence of the person across from you. Modern neuroscience calls this flow state or mindfulness. The Japanese have been practicing it for centuries, and the results are remarkable. Studies show that people who practice present moment awareness report higher life satisfaction, deeper relationships, and less anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Why? Because they're actually experiencing their lives instead of thinking about their lives. There's a massive difference. Level 3. Honoring the moment with right action. But the third level is where Ichigo Ichie becomes truly transformative. It's not just about being present, it's about acting with integrity, because this moment matters. Because how you show up right now is how you honor the irreplaceable nature of this meeting. Sen no Rikyu would spend hours preparing for a single tea ceremony, selecting the perfect scroll, arranging the flowers just so, cleaning every surface until it gleamed. Not because he was obsessive, because he understood that this ceremony, this gathering of these souls at this moment in time deserved his absolute best. He had a saying, "Though you may think you will meet again, you may not. Therefore, every encounter should be treasured." This is the level where Ichigo Ichie stops being a philosophy and becomes a way of life. You don't half-ass conversations with people you love. You don't sleepwalk through your days. You don't postpone the important things. Because this is it. This is the only time you get this moment. And when it's gone, it's gone. Chapter 4. Sarah's Transformation. Sarah started applying Ichigo Ichie the week after her father's funeral. Not because she wanted to, because she had no choice. The pain of that missed Sunday dinner was so intense that she knew she could never let that happen again. She started small. Monday morning, instead of her usual routine of checking her phone the moment she woke up, she sat in silence for 5 minutes, just breathing, just being present with the fact that she was alive to see another morning. Her father wasn't, but she was, and that meant something. At work, when a colleague asked if she wanted to grab lunch, Sarah's instinct was to say she was too busy, but she stopped herself. She thought about Ichigo Ichie. She would never get this specific chance to have lunch with this specific person on this specific day again. So she said yes. During that lunch, she did something she never did before. She put her phone face down on the table and didn't touch it once. She listened, actually listened, not waiting for her turn to talk, not thinking about the emails piling up, just present with this person, this conversation, this moment.